Coffee splashed across an autograph book, a grandpa in pink Minnie ears, two moments, neither one on the itinerary, and both the ones a family never stops talking about. Hi, friend, and welcome to The Magic Between. I'm Kristy Bettenhausen, a travel agent with Mickey Travels and earmarked by Disney Diamond Travel Agency. Each week, we'll take a few minutes to slow down and explore the moments that make family vacations and life a little more meaningful. We'll talk about Disney destinations, creating lasting memories, and the little moments that often become the biggest memories, because the memories you'll treasure most can't be found on a map. They're made in the magic between. So let me tell you about a restaurant. It's called the Crystal Palace at Magic Kingdom, and it holds two stories for my family that have nothing to do with each other, except that they happened in the exact same restaurant just a few years apart. The first one, my husband desperately needed his coffee. We were there with our three older kids. Number 4 wasn't even a thought yet. Our very first Walt Disney World trip as a family of 5. And somehow the top came off the pepper shaker right over his coffee cup and the bottom went straight in. Coffee went everywhere. Across the table, across the kids' autograph books. We still have those books, by the way. There's a note scribbled next to the stain. We've kept them for over 2 decades now. 5 years after that same restaurant, my dad is sitting across from my son, Robert, who's not quite 2 at the time. And my dad is wearing my daughter, Kayla's pink Minnie ears, not because anyone asked him to, but because that's just the kind of grandpa my dad was. If they'd made ears in adult sizes back then, he absolutely would have had his own pair on too. That was my dad's last Disney trip. He passed away 2 months later, 2 moments. Same restaurant, nobody planned either one. And they are 2 we talk about often. That's what I mean when I talk about the magic between the moments. It's not the fireworks. It's not the ride you waited 90 minutes for. It's the stuff that happens in the gaps. And here's why I'm telling you this today, because it actually gets to the question I probably get asked more than any other question in my job. Cruise or Walt Disney World for the big family trip? And I used to think that question was mostly about logistics. Now I think it's about something completely different. I think it's about what kind of space you're trying to create for your family, because that decision shapes which moments even get the chance to happen. So let's talk about both. Walt Disney World is your answer if your family wants choice, room to spread out. Because here's the thing about a big multi-generational trip. Everybody is not going to want to do the same thing at the same time. Your teenager wants to ride everything with a height requirement. Your toddler wants to hug Minnie. And grandma would be thrilled with a lounge chair and a cup of coffee that isn't in danger of a pepper shaker incident. Walt Disney World lets all of that happen at once. Nobody has to compromise their whole day. You split up guilt-free, and then you come back together for dinner and everyone's had the day they actually wanted. If your family's love language is doing, Walt Disney World is your place. Now, a Disney cruise is a completely different kind of trip, and it wins for a completely different reason. It wins when what your family actually needs is togetherness that's already built in for you. There's something about being on a ship. The space is contained in the best way. You're not choosing between 6 different restaurants scattered across a huge property. Meals happen together. Evenings happen together. The entertainment pulls everyone into the same room without anyone having to organize a single thing. And honestly, I've watched some of the most unexpectedly emotional family moments happen on ships. The ones nobody scheduled, the ones that become the story at every holiday dinner for the next 20 years. If your family's love language is being, a cruise is your place. So when a family comes to me trying to make this decision, I don't start with budget. I don't start with dates. I ask one question. What does a great trip actually feel like for your family? Is it big days, full schedules, everybody chasing something different? Or is it slower, quieter, everybody in the same place, nobody rushing? Because here's what I really believe, and it's the whole reason I wanted to share those 2 Crystal Palace stories with you today. Both experiences are magical. A cruise will give you the unplanned photo just as easily as Walt Disney World will. The destination isn't actually where the magic lives. It lives in the space between the itinerary, in the pepper shaker disaster, in the grandpa wearing pink Minnie ears to make a grandbaby smile. My job, the actual job underneath the planning and the bookings, is to build you a trip that leaves room for those moments to find you. So I'll ask you what I ask every family. Which one sounds like yours? Are you the doers or are you the beers? Thank you for spending a few minutes with me today. If you're dreaming about a Disney destination vacation and you'd like me to help make planning your vacation feel a little more magical, I'd be honored to help. You can learn more and request your complimentary vacation quote at KristyBettenhausen.com. Until next time, remember the memories you'll treasure most can't be found on a map. They're made in the magic between. Thanks for listening.